Hello, this is Danielle Dunlop. In today's video, I'm going to make two cards with the Narly Mermaids from Newton's Nook Designs. I colored these images in an earlier video. You can click the link in the description to see that video. I recently got the Hero Arts new compact cutter in, and I was anxiously waiting to try that one out. I like to have a small cutter on my desk that I can easily reach for. So I'm die cutting these images from the Narly Mermaids set. There are two mermaids. There's a narwhal. There's a mermaid that is holding a narwhal. And then there's some fish, a pearl in a shell, and we have the sea star. For the background, I'm cutting a white cardstock piece with the Lawn Fawn inside out stitch dies. And then I'm running them through my die cut machine with the Altenew Ribbon Waves 3D embossing folder. And they kind of look like ocean waves, and I just love this design to go with the mermaids. I'm ink blending them just with some leftover ink on my brush, which is Tumbled Glass, the Distress Oxide. And because of the embossed background, it will mainly pick up the ink on the raised edges. You can go in a little deeper to get an even color, but I like the difference in the background colors. I also made a background with Salvaged Patina for a different background. And here I'm just randomly placing, well, not so randomly, but I'm trying to figure out my design with all the stamped images to create my underwater scene. Next, I'm going to make the bottom of the ocean, and I'm using the Newton's Nook Land Borders die set. And I'm running this one through the Hero Arts compact cutter again. And it gives a nice stitched edge to that ocean border on my cards. I'm running these ocean bottom pieces through my die cut machine with the Lawn Fawn outside in frame dies as well, so it has a nice finished look with the stitches. Then I'm coloring these pieces with Distress Oxide ink brushed Corduroy. I'm starting ink blending on the top edges of these pieces, so the tops get really bright and dark colors. And later on, I'm gonna blend these colors out so it gets a little lighter at the bottom of these pieces. With the different shades of brown, you're creating more dimension and depth to your cards, just like I did with the ocean waves, and it just makes it more interesting to look at. To create some more dimension to the ocean bottom pieces, I am applying some ink to my glass mat, add some water, and I'm going to splatter some of that same color of Distress Oxide brushed Corduroy. And it just gives some texture to the background. Then I have the sentiments stamped on the bottom pieces, and I'm going to apply them to the waves backgrounds with some of the strips foam tapes. Those strips are perfectly sized. You can trim them off for what you need. And I'm making sure I only place those foam tapes on the lower pieces of the waves background, so not on the raised edges. Once the bottom pieces are in place, I'm going to attach all the images that I colored and die cut. With this pearl in the shell, I'm going to glue the bottom part to the bottom of the ocean. On that side of the ocean bottom, I didn't have much foam tape, so I'm cutting off a little piece of foam tape and place that behind that shell where it's sticking out from the bottom piece. With the rest of all the stamped images, I'm doing the same thing, making sure that all the foam tape is in a place where it's only touching the lower parts of my background, so not on the raised edges of the waves. Otherwise your card is going to be way too thick. Here I'm finishing up the second card, just attaching the last fish. And then I'm only going to do one final touch to these cards, and I'm going to add some clear drops from Trinity stamps. I'm using this super handy tray from Trinity stamps. It makes it so much easier to pick the clear drops or a sequence or whatever you're using. It makes it so much easier to pick them out without messing around with the little jars. I'm applying these with Lawn Fawn glue tube, which is a very fine tip, and it's perfect to add these little details. Now it's time to put these backgrounds on the card bases. Because I used the Lawn Fawn inside out stitched frames, they're going to be a little smaller than the card bases, which I really like, so you have a little border around the backgrounds. And as I always do, I put the foam tape on, only take one of the backings off, then I position the card background on the card base, so it only sticks on one side, and when I'm happy with it, I'm going to remove the other backings from the foam tape, and everything is perfectly in place. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.